we're never going to stop until killer cops are in cell blocks. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for all victims.
So first, as every week, I want to pay homage to Wanda for what you do, for Tyrone for what he gave and continues to give to us in terms of waking us the fuck up. So I just want to appreciate you for, I don't have to be out here and say that to you. I just appreciate you. So I want to, about a little bit less than a year ago, I started the Greater Baltimore Committee Leadership Program. It ends tomorrow. And it's been an interesting year being in the Greater Baltimore Leadership Committee. So the reason why Tawanda knows the mayor said she didn't know her is because we had a special audience with the mayor. There's 58 of us in the program. And in the room, the mayor said that she didn't know who Tawanda was and didn't know who Tyrone West was. Tawanda knows that today because I was sitting in that program. She would not have known that otherwise. So, for me, it's been a really interesting year to, be in there with them and come back and feed stuff back to you all about what's going on at levels that we normally don't see in this city. So I want to say that, and so that program ends tomorrow. I actually just applied for Leadership Maryland, which bumps it up to another level. You just kind of, instead of it being just Baltimore, it's all over the state. So they will take us to different regions of the state, some parts of the state that I would not normally be seen in. There's some rural parts of the state that would be very dangerous for me to be in by myself. But in this program, they will take us around all over the state so we can see what's happening in other regions. I want to say something. This may, may seem alarmist to some people, but to me it's not. So, right now in America, folks, we're seeing police outright kill people and walk away with it. And we're seeing it over and over and over and over again. What I know for myself is that this ain't the worst that it's gonna be. There's some shit coming right now, and we better get prepared for the shit that's coming. If you're not prepared, if you don't have food, if you don't have money, if you are if you got your last $5 in your pocket right now and the shit starts right now, you're gonna be messed up because it's going to start. Let me change that. It's going to expand. Because right now, you got, dudes running out there claiming how Hitler shit. When 50 years ago, we were fighting them. And we got people in our country right now who are doing that kind of stuff out in the open. Out in the open. If we think that the worst that's happened, or that what has happened already is the worst that's going to happen, we better wake up. We better wake up because it's not the worst that's going to happen. White supremacy is not going to die. If we're not going to chloroform white supremacy and then it's just going to be gone. It's going to fight. And it's fighting already. That's why we can see it out in the open right now. We better be prepared for when that comes. And in this city, I had my house there's a fire escape on the back side that leads all the way up to the roof. And about 6 months ago, 3 people were climbing up my fire escape, went right past my room on the back side. It took 27 minutes for the cops to get there. 27 minutes. Now, I'm not going to wait for the cops to get to my house. I can protect myself. But 27 minutes. If you think that you're going to be saved by the police, when something goes down, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I wanted to just put that out tonight, that we better gather with each other and we better get ourselves prepared for what's coming, because something is coming that's beyond what we've already seen. Even out here, we say, this system needs to be dismantled. If this system is dismantled, what do you think that's going to look like? A Lego set being dismantled? It's not going to look like a Lego set being dismantled. It's going to look a lot uglier than that. It's going to be bloody. America has never changed without blood. Never changed without turmoil. It has never done that. And so for us to sit here and expect that it's going to be something different because it's our time, it's not going to be something different. So I felt like I needed to just put that out. And we are in many ways, we are bickering and bantering with each other at a time when we should be preparing for what's coming. So I may sound a little bit alarmist tonight. I think this is the first time that I've said this thing. for real. If they can snatch us above the street, kill us, leave us for dead, Michael Brown, 4.5 hours in the sun, and nobody picked his body up. Treated him like he was an animal. Tyrone West treated him like he was an animal. Eric Garner treated him like he was an animal. We are being treated more like that right now than what I remember.
Animals get treated better.
It's totally better. After Katrina, I went down to New Orleans. I spent 18 months or so in New Orleans. I would go down once a month down to New Orleans after Katrina. When I got down there, at about a year after the storm now, I go down and there's a bridge, and there were 300 people sleeping under the freaking bridge. $5.2 billion went into New Orleans after Katrina, and they had 300 black people sleeping under the bridge in New Orleans after the storm. If there were 300 dogs, they would not have allowed that. 300 cats, it would not have been allowed. Someone would have gone and scooped those cats up, scooped those dogs up. They're not scooping us up, y'all. We have to take care of ourselves. And if we're not getting prepared, we're doing ourselves a disfavor, and we're doing our families a disfavor. We're doing anybody that's close to us, our families, our colleagues, the people that we love, a disfavor if we're not getting prepared for what's coming. We can see what's happening right now, but it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And we think that if we don't do something different than what we're doing, it's going to get better. It's not going to get better. But we better start doing the real work of getting better. For me right now, I'm more concerned about preparing myself for that. Like really, I'm getting prepared in ways that I'm not going to talk about right now, but I'm getting prepared for what's coming. And it's not going to be pretty. No matter how much we want it to be pretty, it's not going to be. Now, the end result on the other side of that will probably be something really good for this country. But we have to get to the other side, and we haven't gotten through all the other this yet. So I just want to just put that out, and just again, for Tawanda, for pushing that so that we can actually dismantle this thing. So we can actually have America be something different than what it is, because it's bullshit that America is a liberated nation. It's bullshit that America has emancipated people. I was listening to, what was the dude last, the one that came out and said something about there were good peoples on both sides of the war, the Confederate War. What was his name?
Trump.
No, not Trump. The other dude just recently. Yes. And so it's interesting because they say things like, oh, the North fought the war for the black people. Well, why are we still living like this then? How come they paid the slave owners money for their slaves, but they didn't give us a penny when we left the plantation? The people who owned us got money, and we got nothing. We just got the door opened up and said, you can leave now. Didn't get anything. That war was not fought to free black people. It was not fought to free black people, or else we wouldn't still be in chains right now. We wouldn't still be getting killed right now. That war wasn't fought for us. It was fought so the Union could dominate the Confederacy. That's why the war was fought. It wasn't fought to free black people. Because we're hundreds of years later, we're still not free. Hundreds of years later, we still got our bodies dropping in the streets. Come on, folks, stop buying this crazy crap. We're still at war. We're still at war. Get prepared.